Welcome to the Great Pacific Northwest and the BackyardIdeasCenter.com. You know, I have people ask me all the time, how do you put up with all the rain out there in the Seattle area? Well, all I can say is take a look. When the skies are blue and the sun is out, there's actually no place like it in the country. Well, let's get started.
Hello and welcome back again. Today we're going to speak to you about raised garden beds. This time we're going to focus on the landscape timber type of raised garden beds. As you can see here in front of you, this bed has been constructed out of 4x6 landscape timbers, and it's about 8 foot long, the standard length of a timber, and about 24 inches wide. That way you can split down two beams into 4 different sections, so you only have to buy one beam for each end. And this one is 3 courses high and has a cap plate on it. And this is a planter box that forms the basis of our pergola. And that pergola can be seen in the pergola section of this website. Go on over and click on the video and we'll show you how we put that together. This whole area is constructed of planter boxes, and as you can see, it's real utilitarian, works really well, especially as I've mentioned before. Here we have heavy clay soil, and digging down and removing it is just a non-option as far as I'm concerned. Head on over here, you can see where we added a small low-level planter box filled up with gravel. Sometime this year we'll be planting a great big fern in there. Same thing for the other side eventually. And then over here you have a duplicate of what you saw on the other side with the post for the pergola coming down alongside. And let me take you over to a few other planter boxes and we can take a look at those. Now this planter box started out quite a bit smaller originally. We planted some clumping bamboo in there, as you can see above here, and it's doing really well. Real happy. Never plant bamboo in one of these boxes unless you intend to want to dig it out sometime in the future, at least regular bamboo. This is a clumping bamboo. It spreads very slowly. That's been in there for 10 years. The box at one time, like I said, was a lot smaller. We just expanded it this year, and all we had to do was unbolt it and add on some extra long timbers and bolt it back together. And you can see there's nothing really planted in there right now. The coleuses are sitting up in there in the shade, enjoying their lives up there. Let me take you over to the next one. Now this planter box is a little bit different. As you can see down there at the very bottom, we have poured a concrete footing around the base of this box. This area over here is extremely wet, and it stays wet almost halfway through summer. So we poured the concrete base and put some anchor bolts in that and attached the landscape timbers to those anchor bolts, just to hold it in place, keep it from sliding off the foundation in case we should have any kind of minor earthquake or anything. And then we filled this area with gravel so that when we walk across it in the winter we're not inundated with large amounts of water. And you can see this is another 8 foot long box, and it goes out, and it's about 36 inches wide. The pieces, as you can see, are interlocked in here so that they don't strip out and fall over. And it works out really well. These boxes, this one has been in here for about 5 years. I expect it to last at least another 5, if not 10 years, being hauled up out of the water like that, and so the rot doesn't take place. Now let me take you over and show you what all these boxes have in common. Okay, now for the one thing that all these boxes have in common is they're all assembled with Timberlock screws. And that's what you're looking at right there in front of you. You can see the full length of the screw. That one happens to be 8 inches long. You can get them in 6, 8, 10, and 12 inches long. They run about $1.25 a piece, but they're well worth the money you spend on them. You can see the head of one of them sticking through the planter box there, and it's just a matter of taking your drill and zipping them into the top of the wood, and it pins them all together. Now the beauty of this is, if this block box should ever have to come out, say as because of it's rotted out or you just want to get rid of it, it's a simple matter to just take your drill, unzip them, pull the blocks down, and you're done. If you use galvanized spikes, things like that, you're going to wind up having a big mess. You'll be out here with the Sawzall chopping them off, which is a lot more work than I would want to go to remove one of these things. So as you can see, these things are available at your local Home Depot, and that's what the box looks like. And you can pick these up for, like I said, about $1.25 a piece, and well worth the money you spend for it. They're steel, black coated, and they zip in really easily. Once you get in over about 10 inches, your drill needs to be a little bit stronger, just because of the sheer length of them and the friction that's created going into the material. Really puts a stress on the drill. But that's it for the raised planter boxes, the landscape ties version. Hope you found this enjoyable and informative. Leave a comment down below in the box and let us know what you think. Until the next video, have a great day and hope your summer's going well. Bye.